has been paid for our freedom. Third, we ask that you pay respect to the flag during the sounding of retreat and the national anthem. Military members in uniform will stand at parade rest during the sounding of retreat. They will stand at attention and render a salute during the national anthem, and as the flag is being lowered. Civilians should stand and place their right hand over their heart. Veterans and military members not in uniform may render a salute or place their right hand over their heart. After the last note of the national anthem, and after the flag has been unclipped from the flagpole, you may then return your hand to your side. At this time, we ask that all cell phones and other electronic devices be silenced. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of our official party. Please remain standing for the invocation given by Chaplain Lange.
We bow our head in prayer. Almighty God, we thank you for the gift of life and for the gift of one another. On this wonderful day, we are especially grateful for our trainees who are in their final stages of becoming airmen, with all duties and privileges this mighty title contains. We thank you as well for our families who have entrusted them to us, and our training instructors and leadership who have molded them into wingman, leader, and warrior. Bless our strengths, correct our weaknesses, unite us in honor, perfect our mission. As we forge a new tomorrow, may we never forget the greatness of our past. Bless our nation and base, bless our family and friends, bless our visitors and staff, bless our new airmen now, and bless our Air Force always. We ask this in your holy name. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Lange. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Welcome to the Airman's Coin and Retreat Ceremony. The hosts for today's ceremony are the Deputy Commander, Air Force Basic Military Training, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas, Lieutenant Colonel John Goodson III. The Superintendent, Air Force Basic Military Training, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas, Chief Master Sergeant Chris Simpson. From the 37th Training Wing, the Command Chief Master Sergeant, 37th Training Wing, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas, Chief Master Sergeant Sharon Fuller. We would also like to introduce several distinguished guests in attendance today, beginning with Chiefs Group, Deputy Chief of Staff, Manpower and Personnel, Headquarters United States Air Force, Chief Master Sergeant Troy Eden. The Command Chief Master Sergeant, Georgia Air National Guard, Joint Forces Headquarters, Dobbins Air Force Base, Georgia, Chief Master Sergeant Reginald McPherson. Although time does not permit us to introduce all our distinguished guests, the 737 Training Group is proud to welcome each of you. We hope you enjoyed today's ceremony. At this time, we would like to recognize Basic Military Training's outstanding performers. These airmen have earned the distinction of being the top graduates of this Basic Military Training class. The Honor Graduate Program permits up to 10% of each graduating class to be recognized as honor graduates. This is both highly competitive and extremely difficult to achieve. To earn the title of Honor Graduate, each airman must excel in every aspect of basic military training, to include exceptional performance in dormitory inspections, military studies, drill, physical training, and above all, be recommended by their military training instructor and squadron commander. As the airmen are introduced, please hold your applause until the last honor graduate is recognized. From the 320th Training Squadron, Miguel Alejandro, Amado Almazan, Amber Madden, Andrew Wesley, Caden Sweeney, Austin Newberry, Andrew Borgens, Damon Yates, Dustin Hicks, Edward Burdick, Eleonora Kotliar, Georgia Hearn, Jacob Stanley, Carl Bereich, Jacob Cole, Habam Song, Jennifer Whittington, Joshua Canarelli, Justin Cooper, Kelly Hoff, Kira Langston, Max Babbage, Michael Brooks, Ryan Thompson, Olivia Tusco, Michael Murillo. From the 322nd Training Squadron, Daryl Matsumiya, Eli Haley, Gregory Swain, Kurt Hendricks, Myra Infante Lopez, Nicholas Oden, Shane Marine, Tristan Turner, Valerie Powell. From the 323rd Training Squadron, Brandon Mendez, Colton Stark, Chandler Hernandez, Brandon Hart, Connor Murph, John Blaine, Jordan James, Joshua Oliver, Mario Garcia, Matthew Shapley, Stephen Statham, Michael Lee, Mitchell Nosbish, Nicolas Lozano, Michael McBride. From the 331st Training Squadron, Austin Garrigus, Benjamin Rizard, Bree L'Esperance, Cody Gee, Escobar Rodriguez, Donovan Weissner, Easton Bauer, Cody Wright, Frank Crute, Jackson Newberry, James Cortez, Jessica Sessler, Juan Montes, Levi Simmons, Mackenzie Pies, Megan Biggers, Nicholas Arbogast, Raymond Robinson, Stuart Conkright, Zachary Flores. How about a nice round of applause for all of our honor graduates? We will now recognize our top graduating airmen for this class. This honor goes to the one airman who has surpassed all others in the challenges of Air Force basic military training. This individual has been selected as the #1 graduate out of 701 graduates. Lieutenant Colonel John Goodson, Deputy Commander, Basic Military Training, and Chief Master Sergeant Chris Simpson, Superintendent, Basic Military Training, will make the presentation. The top graduating airman of this class is from the 323rd Training Squadron, Airman Basic, Connor Murph. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a round of applause for these exceptional airmen? Honor graduates, you are dismissed.
Honor graduates! Pose! Select! March!
Prior to this morning's ceremony, the 737 Training Group would like to make a special presentation. In August 2009, the Army and the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, USCIS, established the Naturalization at Basic Training Initiative. This gives non-citizen enlistees the opportunity to naturalize when they graduate from basic training. The Air Force joined this initiative in April 2011. Under this program, USCIS conducts all naturalization processing, including the capture of biometrics, the naturalization interview, and administration of the oath of allegiance, so the recruit is able to graduate basic training as a citizen. To be eligible, a member of the armed forces must demonstrate good moral character, knowledge of the English language, U.S. government history, and attach themselves by taking an oath of allegiance to the U.S. Constitution. Standing before you are the Air Force's candidates for this week's graduating class. They have successfully completed this process, and after this day, they will be known as United States citizens. Habam Song from South Korea. Jose Roberto Bangon from the Philippines. Vichai Lee from Thailand. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise as Officer Eric Coleman will come forward and administer the oath of allegiance.
Good morning. Please raise your right hand. Simply acknowledge this oath when I complete this statement. I hereby declare an oath that I absolutely and entirely renounce and adjure all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, potentate, state, or sovereignty, of whom or which I have heretofore been a subject or citizen. That I will support and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and that I bear true faith and allegiance to the same. That I will bear arms on behalf of the United States when required by the law. That I perform work of non-combatant services in the armed forces of the United States when required by the law. And that I perform work of national importance under civilian direction when required by the law. And that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, so help me God.
I do.
Congratulations. Please lower your right hands. You are now U.S. citizens.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, in a few moments, the 737th Training Group's military training instructors will begin marching the graduates onto the retreat pad for today's ceremony. The flights before you today are named after Air Force pioneers who have made significant contributions to our enlisted heritage. They have special meaning to all airmen, especially those who are transitioning from civilians to warrior airmen of character. Today's graduates make up these heritage flights and will continue to shape our Air Force. In the military, ceremonies are held to record distinctive honors to national symbols or individuals on special occasions. Ceremonies are also used to display the proficiency and state of training of the Airman in a command and promote teamwork and pride in an Air Force organization. Lastly, these ceremonies are used to contribute to public morale by displaying symbolically the strength and unity of the military in support of the nation. All of the movements that you will see them perform today are known as drill. The purpose of drill is to enable a commander or non-commissioned officer, such as the military training instructor, the ability to move their units from one place to another in an orderly manner, to aid in disciplinary training by instilling habits of precision and response to the leader's orders, and to provide for the development of all airmen in the practice of commanding formations. During the march-on, applause is appropriate, but please limit your applause so that others may hear the narration of the squadrons and heritage flags as they pass the fire line while entering the retreat pad. At the conclusion of the ceremony, please remain in place until the flights are dismissed. Now entering the retreat pad is the 737th Training Group's Drum and Bugle Corps from the 321st Training Squadron, representing Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force Number 14, Murray Flight, led by Technical Sergeant Lucas Bartels and Master Sergeant Skylar Hunt. They are performing under the direction of Master Sergeant Samuel Johnson. From the 320th Training Squadron, representing Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force Number 6, McCoy Flight, led by Technical Sergeant Darren Morrow. From the 320th Training Squadron, representing Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force Number 7, Andrews Flight, led by Technical Sergeant Antonia Lilly. From the 320th Training Squadron, representing Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force Number 8, Parish Flight, led by Technical Sergeant Nathan Hoy. From the 320th Training Squadron, representing Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force Number 10, Bingston Flight, led by Technical Sergeant Tremel Minga. From the 322nd Training Squadron, representing Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force Number 1, Air Flight, led by Technical Sergeant Frank Zapata. From the 322nd Training Squadron, representing an Air Force Commendation Medal recipient, Cox Flight, led by Technical Sergeant Benicia Bailey. From the 323rd Training Squadron, representing an Air Force Combat Action Medal recipient, Blue Flight, led by Technical Sergeant Elizabeth Arroyo. From the 323rd Training Squadron, representing Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force Number 16, Roy Flight, led by Technical Sergeant William Everett. From the 323rd Training Squadron, representing Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force Number 17, Cody Flight, led by Technical Sergeant Eric Rogers. From the 323rd Training Squadron, representing a Medal of Honor recipient, Matthew's Flight, led by Technical Sergeant Jonathan Torres. From the 331st Training Squadron, representing Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, number 3, Kisling Flight, led by Technical Sergeant Anthony Dell. From the 331st Training Squadron, representing the Air Force's first female Chief Master Sergeant, Peterson Flight, led by Master Sergeant Thomas Clayton. From the 331st Training Squadron, representing Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, number 13, Bench Flight, led by Technical Sergeant Ryan Alfonso. From the 331st Training Squadron, representing a Medal of Honor recipient, Smith Flight, led by Technical Sergeant Adam Tuttle. This morning, we pay special tribute to the men and women before us. They have successfully completed all graduation requirements and have demonstrated that they are ready to take their place as airmen in the world's greatest Air Force. We will mark their transition today from trainees to airmen by presenting them with the coveted Airman's Coin. Today's ceremony celebrates the remarkable accomplishments of this graduating class. Our nation's future rests upon the dedication of this new class of warriors who we honor today. Chief Master Sergeant Simpson will now say a few words.
Ladies and gentlemen, I was going to say don't let the overcast skies dampen your enthusiasm, but then the sun appeared, thanks to the chaplain. So don't let the heat dampen your enthusiasm. We got a whole lot of America standing out there in front of you, so why don't you make a little noise for them? Trainees, for the last 7.5 weeks, you've been challenged to reach your maximum potential, both physically and mentally. Your military training instructors have worked tirelessly to ensure you are prepared for service in the United States Air Force in support of our country's national objectives. In a moment, your instructors will present you with the coveted Airman's coin, signifying your transition from trainee to Airman. This simple coin is symbolic of the history and heritage of the United States Air Force. Our history has been written by the exploits of those who came before us as they delivered humanitarian aid, airlifted troops and supplies, executed precision airstrikes, or supported ground operations with close air support. You standing before us today will write the future history of the Air Force. Our heritage defines who we are. As a force of professionals dedicated to integrity, service, and excellence, rooted in dignity and respect, you define the character of the Air Force with your future service. We're counting on you, and we know you will succeed. As the Superintendent of Basic Military Training, I hereby acknowledge your completion of basic training graduation requirements and recommend to the Commander that you receive your Airman's coin. Trainees, you've earned the title of Airman. Now go out and live it. Congratulations. Military training instructors, you may proceed.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Deputy Commander, Basic Military Training, Lieutenant Colonel Goodson.
What an outstanding group of airmen. Let them hear how proud you are of them. Distinguished visitors, fellow senior leaders, BMT professionals, family and friends, thank you for attending today's coin ceremony. It is my great honor to introduce to you our nation's newest airman. I'd like to share with you how three special groups of people have made this day possible. To the military training instructors, thank you. You are the most professional, selfless, dedicated NCOs and senior NCOs in our Air Force. You have invested yourselves into every individual in your flight and have molded them into the airmen of character that embody our core values of integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. I am proud to serve beside you and watch you as you grow the future of our Air Force. Through your leadership, you have inspired each airman in your flight. You should be proud of the fact that you make our Air Force better with every airman you train. For the families and friends here today, I encourage you to thank any MTI you see during your stay with us. These professionals ensure that only those individuals worthy to continue our tradition of honor and legacy of valor wear the uniform of the world's greatest Air Force. They deserve our thanks. To our honored guests, the family and friends in the audience, just a few short weeks ago, you trusted us with your loved ones. Today, I am proud to report to you that your loved ones are ready to wear the Air Force uniform. You will be amazed at how 7.5 weeks have transformed them. They are disciplined, focused, motivated, and respectful. They have become a part of something bigger than themselves. It might be hard for them to explain, but trust me, you will see it. They have taken an oath to defend our nation's interests at home and abroad. They will stand with our sister services and allies to defend peace and security around the world. Your airmen have joined an elite group and chosen a special way of life, one that will involve sacrifices and time away from family that ordinary citizens would never expect to do. Your continued love and support will be essential to their success. To all our family and friends, whether here with us today or in spirit, I am proud to include you as part of the Air Force family. To our graduating airmen, today you stand here differently. Virtually every aspect of your life, we tested your mind, your body, and your spirit. You have learned our core values of integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. We taught you the importance of dignity, respect, and the wingman concept. These are ideals that will serve you and make you stronger for the rest of your lives. You will walk taller, be more focused, and earn the respect of all you meet by the virtue of your new status. Your Airman's Coin is a symbol of recognition that shows your hard work and dedication, so be proud. As you move forward into Airman's Week, technical training, and beyond, the foundation you have built in basic military training will become even more important as you apply the lessons learned here to make a difference wherever the Air Force sends you. Today, you shed the title of trainee because you have earned the title of airman. You have also earned my deepest respect, and I look forward to serving beside you as we defend the Constitution of the United States. Welcome to the greatest Air Force the world has ever known. Congratulations.
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Goodson. Instructors, place your flights at attention. At this time, we'd like to ask all airmen, past and present, to stand in a sign of respect and unity as our newest airmen now recite the Airman's Creed. I am an American airman. Thank you. Please be seated. Instructors, place your flights at ease. The squadron selected as our flag security detail is from the 321st Training Squadron, led by Master Sergeant Corey Benedicto. Our squadron commander is Master Sergeant Kenneth Osborne. This morning, we have honored our heritage of military customs and traditions as we welcome our newest airmen into the ranks of the United States Air Force. There are two purposes for this morning's retreat ceremony. The retreat ceremony is a solemn event conducted at every United States military installation around the globe. It signifies the end of the official duty day, but more importantly, it is to pay respect to our nation's flag. When we offer our respect to our flag and to our national anthem, we have an opportunity to reflect on the democratic principles that have made our nation great. The meaning of freedom, dignity of the individual, the pursuit of happiness, and national unity all come to mind when you think of our flag. It is a symbol of our nation to the world. Military members have a special bond with the flag. These airmen are part of the flag's tradition because they symbolize the spirit and sacrifices of the military and dedication to the defense of this great nation and the principles it represents. When we salute the flag as it is lowered, we ask that you think about the flag flying over Arlington and other national cemeteries. Think about the flag being carried into combat by the service members who preceded us. Think about the freedom Americans enjoy today, freedom without precedent in the history of the world. The men and women who stand before you today represent the projection of the strength behind our flag.
Detail. Halt! Come! Parade. Hit! On the run! Parade! Hit! Parade! Parade! Hit!
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the sounding of retreat and remain standing for the playing of our national anthem. The flag stands for peace, honor, truth, justice, and freedom. In the armed forces of the United States, during the ceremony of retreat, the flag is lowered, folded in a triangle fold, and kept under watch throughout the night as a tribute to our nation's honored dead. The next morning, it is brought out at the ceremony of reveille. The flag has been torn to strips and used as bandages for wounded combatants on the battlefield. It has been placed in the trembling arms of a grieving parent at the grave of their fallen son or daughter. It is flown at half-staff to honor our military members. The flag has flown in every battle of every war for more than 200 years. It has flown at Valley Forge, Shiloh, and Gettysburg. It was there at San Juan Hill, the trenches of France, in the Aragon Forest, Anzio, Rome, on the beaches of Normandy. It was waved at Okinawa, Korea, Vietnam, Somalia, Kuwait, Iraq, and it is being waved today in Afghanistan. The flag has been burned, torn, and trampled on the streets of countries that America has helped set free. Yet, it remains invincible. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the playing and singing of the United States Air Force song and the departure of the official party. Thank you. Please be seated. The 737th Training Group's Drum and Bugle Corps has provided musical support for this morning's ceremony. Murray's Flight from the 321st Training Squadron under the direction of Master Sergeant Samuel Johnson. These airmen are also in basic military training, but have been hand-selected to perform for ceremonies of this type. Immediately following today's ceremony, Lieutenant Colonel Goodson and Chief Simpson will be available for pictures in the lobby.
Hi, Commander! This is your flight!
Please be careful while exiting the bleachers and while moving onto the retreat path. For your safety, we also ask that you refrain from running onto the retreat path. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony. Please feel free to come forward and congratulate your airmen.